Ready?
Okay, so let's try to have a look at how.
Sifu,
Yes.
your camera, can you push down a bit? Your face just sit up for you.
Is it okay now?
Share screen, please.
Oh no, not your share screen. Sally, you
Yeah,
see
now
my.
better lah. Now better. Just now, just the top for you. Now can. At least the whole face is there.
Okay. Okay, class. Let's take a look. So we are in the chapter number 4. Basically for today. Okay. Am I recording? Let's see first. Yeah, it is recording already. Okay, class. Let's take a look. Okay, we're in the chapter 4, compendium of the cognitive process. So what does it mean, cognitive process? Basically, once we talk about cognitive process, meaning to say that we try to see the world and how is the process happening. For example, through our eye, ear, nose, tongue. So now actually we're in the chapter 4, and actually we are using a lot of information in chapter 3 regards the function. Actually now we are talking about the function of the consciousness. Basically we'll try to apply the 89 types of the different consciousness and see what roles they play. In the previous chapter, let's take a look. We come to talk, now we start to come about the great object, meaning to say that basically the object is very crucial, to show that how is our consciousness response to it. Okay, so let's wait. Okay, so previously, remember that we have a complete eye-door process. In the complete eye-door process, meaning to say that there will be total 17 consciousness. But if we try to negate number 1 to 3, actually it's only 14 only. So this 14, if you remember that, the whole cognitive process, the example, just like someone sleeping, suddenly the mango dropped, okay, then he got awakened. So he tried to grabs the mango and smell it, and then he just eat it, and then he go back to sleep again. So meaning to say, in the very early beginning stages of the sleeping, it's just like what? It's just like what? This is the past bhavanga, vibrational bhavanga, and arrest bhavanga. Once we are okay, how do we understand the bhavanga? Basically, quite hard for us to understand the bhavanga because maybe in the modern science nowadays, we can take it as the function of the stem brain. Basically, stem brain never stop, and once the stop of the brain's stem brain biologically they are declared as dead. Okay, so meaning to say that once the brainstem is still active, meaning to say we are still having our life continuum. It's just like abhidhamma. So bhavanga meaning to say that it is something sustain your life, but it's in the mental state. Okay, so that's the meaning of the bhavanga. Well, bhavanga, basically we never know this because we used to, our connective used to active all the time. So for example, so this is for example, once we hear some sound, it's just like we are awake from the bhavanga, the sound causes us awakening, so there will be vibration bhavanga, arrest bhavanga, then we start having adverting, 5-door adverting, meaning to say that you are trying to advert from the bhavanga to the consciousness. There will be 5-door adverting. So this consciousness actually is taking, for example, the sound as an object. Then this consciousness will dissolve, and then another consciousness, for example, is eye consciousness appear and take this as an object. Then receiving it, investigating it, and determining it. Here is the meaning to say, try to press the mango, okay, try to smell the mango. So finally it's the jhana. Jhana is eating the mango, which is considered is the deepest experience with the mango, and same like our heart, our mind, deeply experiencing and understand the object, and then usually we're creating karma here. Okay, usually creating karma here. After that, we go to the registration. After registration, we go back to the stream of the bhavanga. So today, now we're going to start our new chapter. Okay, this is what we're talking about in the previous chapter. Now we start with the great object, because maybe we start to ask ourselves, okay, so this is the bhavanga, meaning to say that, okay, if let's say all the cognitive process, what happened then if you go to the lotus eon, okay, you see promoter, okay, it is any karma will live in your heart, okay. Elena, what do you think? You go to the just go, a lot of sales girl promoter, do you think what they talk to you, they treat you the food, do you think is there any karma will remain in your heart, you think?
I think God.
You think yes, okay. But if let's say okay, you just park in somewhere and you got the summon then the penalty go to $500. So you think which one is more strong impact? You can remember until you die. Before you die, you think?
My $500 lah.
Right. So meaning to say that not all the object as strong as living the impact to us. So this is our topic. We talk about why the object can go to the very great object and then the minor object. Okay. Yes, May, anything?
Is there a chapter dedicating to determining before jhana?
Yes, next chapter. This chapter.
Oh.
Later on, we'll talk about determining. Okay.
Okay.
Actually, no, determining is not something very important. Actually, it's previously chapter 3, we talk about that. Determining meaning to say determining the object. That's all.
But is there something determined? So that means that previous process is decided the determining.
No. What decide determining, you mean?
Yeah. What decide the stage of determining? Is it the previous process?
I don't understand the question again.
Because I see the line before jhana determining, then before that. So what caused a person start the determining? Like
Because
the person.
this is the natural process. The determining is the natural process. The whole thing is the natural process according to the law of the nature. That's all. That's all.
Okay.
Okay. Not much thing to talk about. Because this is actually all this the consciousness is considered. The substitute character. In the movie only, the main character is the jhana. So actually nothing much for the determining. Okay, now we go to the great object. Yeah, Elena, can you please read the passage? Okay, the great object.
The great object. The object is called great when it enters the avenue of sense after having passed a few moments and is unable to survive till the arising of the registration mind moments. In that case, at the end of the jhana, there is subsistence into the life continuum and no arising of registration consciousness. The object is called great, etc. In this kind of cognitive process, after the object has arisen, 2 or 3 atita bhavanga chittas pass before its impact causes the bhavanga to vibrate. Since the object and sense door can only endure for 17 mind moments, this process does not give any scope for the registration chittas to arise. Registration cannot occur even when there are 2 atita bhavangas, since registration occurs either for 2 mind moments or not at all. When there are 2 atita bhavanga chittas, 15 more chittas can arise during the lifespan of the object. In such a case, both the object and the sense door perish simultaneously with the dissolution moment of the first bhavanga chitta following the jhana phase. When there are 3 atita bhavanga chittas, scope remains for 14 more chittas to arise, and in this case, the sense object and sense door perish simultaneously with the last jhana chitta. This kind of cognitive process is called a jhana vara, a course ending with jhana.
Yes, please continue the slide object, please.
The slide object. The object is called slide when it enters the avenue of sense after having passed a few moments and is unable to survive till the arising of the jhanas. In that case, even the jhanas do not arise, but the determining consciousness occurs for 2 or 3 moments, and then there is subsistence in the life continuum. The object is called slide, etc. In the process of a slide object, from 4 to 9 Atita Bhavangas will pass initially, and no jhavanas will arise. The determining citta will occur 2 or 3 times, after which the cognitive process will subside into the Bhavanga. Depending on the number of Atita Bhavangas, there are 6 types of process with a slide object. This kind of process is also called Vatapanavara, a cause ending with determining. The very slight object. The object is called very slight when it enters the avenue of sense as it is on the verge of ceasing, and after having passed a few moments, is unable to survive until the arising of the determining consciousness. In that case, there is merely vibration of the continuum, but no arising of the cognitive process. The object is called very slight, etc. In this course of cognition, there are no processed chitta, but only vibrations of the bhavanga. During the 17 moments of the object's lifespan, 10 to 15 moments will be occupied by Atita Bhavanga Chittas, 2 moments by vibrational Bhavangas, and the rest by the Bhavangas subsequent to vibration. This type of process, of which there are 6 subtypes, is also termed Mohavara, the fertile cause.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay,
Thank you.
let's try to digest this 3 paragraph. I think I missed out. Wait, I didn't miss out. Okay, yes, correct. The great object. So we got 6 people attending the class today. Okay, finish. Okay, well, according to basically, in the previous lesson, actually, we already finished the very great object. So, class, let's take a look. We got this, the great object. I think we got one is a very great object. Yes, see, very great object. Actually, we just finished the very great object. Okay. Yeah, let's see. So actually, we got 4 types of the object. So number 1 is the very great, second is the great, third is the slight, fourth is the very slight. So the difference, that's the difference only. Okay. Basically, once we talk about it's a very great object, meaning to say that it can, the impact can happen from past bhavanga until to the registration. Okay. For example, why it can go to so fast. So just now, Elena, okay, for example, you have been summoned for $500, okay. Well, let's say we put it as a great object. So the very great object maybe is a summon of the $500, and then your car have been towed. Am I right? Have been towed to somewhere else, okay, and then when you discover the car, 4 tires gone already. Okay, so they could be very great, meaning to say, wow, it's very strong impact for you. Once we think about here, because you are going to shopping, then immediately you think about this issue already. And maybe this issue can have a strong impact until the moment you die. So this very great example, this very great, it can go to the registration. Plus, it can go to this moment. Okay, but if you compare just a summon of a $500, maybe just until the jhana is stopped already, because the impact is until here only. Whereas if you go to the slight object, like just now the promoter, Elena, they try to pursue you something, just go to the determining. Because if now I ask you, Elena, you remember your previous visiting, previous visiting of the Eon, you remember how is the promoter, what product is promoted to you, was promoted to you? I think you do remember, right? You do remember. So we call it as a slight object. But if let's say it could be a very slight, a slight object, meaning to say that the consciousness maybe just until before the determining already gone already. So meaning to say, it means what? It means once during shopping, we look many things, right? We see so many shells, we just walk through and pass through. Now I ask you to recall, you don't recall. I don't know what I've seen before. Even though 1,000 subjects already I have seen during the visiting of the Eon, but I don't remember. I just remember what I want to buy only. See or not? So that is the meaning of why we try to categorize them. Because here the impact is so crucial. The impact of this type of object, like for example, okay, your car has been towed already. So finally, if you really think about the reason, it's because of Sally. Maybe, okay, make an appointment with the Sally, and Sally is the, how to say, he is the culprit to cause you all this type of stuff. Then you hate Sally. So meaning to say that this type of we call very great object relate to the Sally. If you don't forgive Sally and you don't forgive yourself, then this life will gone already. So that's why Abhidhamma tried to put this type of thing to the object, because after this process, you go to the mind door, and in the mind door, then you keep in your mind, and then permanently it will be locked in the mind, and it will be carried forward. It will die. According to the Mahayana, you go through the storage consciousness to reincarnate. It can continuing in this way. So that's why we have to categorize the very great object and the great object, especially the very misfortune thing. You have to really to make sure that you settle it down before our last moment. Okay. So after this, now I think we'll go to next one, should be the mind door object only. Okay, a few things to remember. For example, the object, once we talk about the very great object, actually it has nothing to do with the size of the object. It has nothing to do. Okay, remember that. I think maybe if you see an elephant in the zoo and a mouse in your house, I think the mouse in the house can cause you become a very great object for you, because you can scream, and then actually it happened to me. I mentioned to you, half years ago, I have successfully catch five mouse in my kitchen, And every time when I discover them, I will shout. I will shout. I will scream. Which is stronger than the mouse stronger than the mouse. Meaning to say, this is a great object to me, and very scary, and think very unhygiene. So that's why I don't like the mouse. So I want to catch. I have a catch to catch them, but finally unsuccessful. The catch. Elena 你睇嗰個係咪 unsuccessful? So finally, I think they run away already before I catch them. So you see or not? So this is how all the big thing will influence our mind. Yes, Mr. Leong, please.
Sifu, can you please explain the difference between the different four objects, very great, slight, and very slight object?
I already explained.
And what are their individual distinctions?
Okay. Then just now I say what? If this is a very great object, meaning to say that the cognitive process will go. The cognitive process, the cognitive process will just until to the registration. This is a very great object If you stop the cognitive process until the jhana, we call it as a great object. If you stop in determining this cognitive process, we call it as a slight in the slight, and before determining it gone already, we call it as very slight. And then the great and very great object really, decisive for us, because they will have an impact for us forever. Whereas because jhana mean to creating the karma, you start to create the karma. So the example just now we could summon $500 plus the car in town. That one is the very great and will have a great impact to Elena. That's the example we could. You get it, Mr. Leong? That is
okay. That means it's the various stages of the process.
the karma, the impact of the karma. The slight and the very slight, totally no karma create. Okay. So just like I mentioned there, you just go shopping mall, see many things, but you don't remember because you don't create any karma. Okay. Okay. Then next we go to this. Okay, full presentation of the object. Yes, you see, this is the presentation. See or not? Okay. This one APPP. J means the jhana. RG is the registration. So you can see this is the footnote for it, the keynote for it. Okay. Then now we go to this. Okay. The 5 door. Okay, finish already. Now we go to guide number 11. This is the summary. Let's see. Now we go to the mind door process. Okay. Class, let's take a look. Basically, just now what have we gone through is regard this. Okay, class, see, we are seeing a colorful plate. Okay, the colorful plate will reflect in the retina. So this is what we studied just now is happening is this moment only. Okay. Now we go to the mind door process. Mind door process meaning to say that after the retina, our 5 door have already react to the object. Now it will go through our mind door again. Continue. Just after the eye door, it will go to the mind door. Mind door, nowadays you can consider the brain to process what you see just now. Okay. So now we the mind door, you try to understand its regards in our brain, that will be fine. Okay, Sally, can you please read the passage? When a color object.
When a clear object enters the venue of the mind door, when the vibration of the life of the mind door above the jhavanas, and at the end of the jhavanas, registration resulted all take place. Following this, there is a substance into the life continuum. In the case of an pure object, there is a subsistence into the life continuum at the end of the nirvana, without giving rise to the registration result. The mind door process. When a cognitive process occurs in one of the sense door, two doors are actually involved in physical sense door and the mind door, which is the bhavaga from which the cognitive process emerges. This is what is called a mind door process is a cognitive process that occurs exclusively through the mind door, without any admixture of the sense door. This kind of process is also called, for the sake of clarity, bare mind door process. The mind door process includes all the limited or sense sphere process, paraviti, dealt within section 12 and 13, and the cognitive process in the absorption pertaining to sublime, mahagata, and the supramundane lokutara attainments deal with in section 14 and 16. The limited or sense sphere mind door process is self twofold. One, that the consequence of the five door process, pankavaravantika, and the independent process, visum siddhaha. Just as when the gong strikes once by a baton, the gong sends forth a continuous stream of vibration, so that when one of the five sense doors have been pinched for since once by the sense door, after the five door process has ceased in the past sense object, comes into range at the mind door and sets off many sequence of mind door process. Because this cognitive process comes as a sequel to the five door process, they are known as the consequential processes. They are counted as five folds by way of the five sense door processes which they follow. Lady Sawada claims that it is in this consequent process that distinct recognition of the object occurs. Such recognition does not occur in the bare five door process itself. An eye-door process, for example, is followed by a conformational mind-door process, kata vivaka, manovari, which reproduces in the mind door the object just seen by the sense door process. Then comes the process starting the object as a whole. Samudayagati, then a process recognizing the color. Vanasa Lakhana, then a process representing the entirety. Vitu Gahiti, Hata Gahita, then a process recognizing the entirety. Vastu Salakahana, then a process representing the name. Nama Gatika, then a process recognizing the name. Nama Salakahaka, Nam Namasala Hanta. The process grasping the object as a whole is the mind door process, living as a whole. The form repeatedly receive individual frames by two distinct processes: the original sense door process and the conformational mind door process. This process exercises a synthesizing function using the perception of distinct shots of the object into the perception of a unity. As in the case of a whirling firebrand perceived as a circle of fire, it is only when this has occurred that recognition of the color is possible. When the recognition of the color occurs, one recognizes the color. I see blue. When the recognition of the entirety occurs, one recognizes the entirety of shape. When the recognition of the name occurs, one recognizes the name. Thus, Sada asserts, it is only when a recognization process referring to one or the other specific feature occurs that one knows, I see this or that specific feature.
Okay, thank you so much. Sally, your mic function not as good as Elena. Oh, okay, breaking.
I'm older than her, Sibo.
Yeah, I hear breaking. The mic, I think it's the mic function, not as good as her. A little bit breaking your mic, but still can hear. Okay. I Sally pronounce the lady shadow. Lady shadow. Okay. Okay, finish. Okay, finish. Sally, Mr. Liam, finish. Okay, we can understand this quite easier by using nowadays science. Okay, class, let's take a look. Do you see? Okay, this is the 5 finger. Okay, Kohong. Do you see the 5 finger? 5 finger. Okay, shall I know what is the significance for you? This Kohong. What is the significance for you? If let's say I want, if let's say you want to pass, the fruits to me, you carry a packet of the fruit. I say like that. So what is the meaning for you if I use this gesture?
Wait.
Okay, you say it's a weight. Okay. How about Mei? What is the significance for you?
5 things.
5. Okay, you see, for Kohong, you say it's a weight, but Mei is 5, meaning to say that the significance are different, but what they see is the same. 5 finger, right? And the hand. Okay. So according to Abhidhamma, once the first this thing appeared, it will reflect in the retina. So we call it as the cognitive process, the idle cognitive process. So after the idle cognitive process, then we go to the brain. Usually, what we see it reflect is in our occipital lobe, class at the back of the brain. This is the occipital lobe. Okay, but when it reflect in the occipital lobe, we don't fully comprehend yet. Okay, we learn many things during our childhood. For example, this is the hand. I think maybe one during our childhood, maybe 3 years old, we start to learn, right? Our mother told us that this is the hand. So all this will be implanted in our brain, maybe in somewhere like amygdala or hippocampus. Okay, it will ingrain there. You see, okay. So today, when we see this, so the hand reflect in the occipital lobe. So from the prefrontal cortex, then we try to retrieve the storage memory. Then this is the hand. Then again, for Kohong, this means weight. But for Mei, this means 5. Meaning to say that these both of them learn it differently and have a different significance previously. So it will store in their brain in the different meaning. Okay, then when they try to retrieve, even though see the same thing, but meaning to say that in order to interpret the information in the occipital lobe, you have to go through many rounds. You have to go through many rounds. This is the hand. This is the hand with the 5 finger. So this is the meaning of weight. Or this is the meaning of what? A lot of process going through. That we call it as a mind-door process. So meaning to say that mind-door process, the process of learning, it wouldn't just go through first time idle, first time mind door. Not enough. You have to go through many times in the mind door so that a perfect information of waiting for Kohong or no for Mei really appeared. So get it or not? So that is the meaning we say that the cognitive process really take a lot of times to form all the process. There's one more good example to show this. You see now in Malay New Year recently, they start to play the firecracker. We got one type of the firecracker. This is the name for this. Let me check this one. Usually this is another example. Let's see first. Yeah. Okay, firebrand. Wielding firebrand. Wielding firebrand. So this is the one. See? So, wow, so terrible. Wielding firebrand. Why? How come this happened? Let's see first. Wielding firebrand. Press the circle of fire. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Now you see. For example, this is the wielding firebrand. No, I don't want this. How do we call this? Chinese New Year, we play one type of the fire, what called 火花. once we try to go very fast, we'll see a circle. But if we don't go very slow, it's just the fire like that. How do we call that, Elena? 火花我哋叫做
師傅搞滴滴金啊，嗰啲叫
滴滴金 no
佢咁樣轉係一個火花啊。
Okay, I want to show this because I want to Google it out. So 火花yes for this. Okay, you see and you see so this one if I try to circle it very fast there will be a circle appeared. Okay, so meaning to say that like what Ko Hong said that this is the meaning of weight. May Yi said this is of 5. Actually the process for this is occurring already. Meaning to say that they got so many meaning to say that they got so many dots actually, but the dot have been joined up together in a very fast speed, so it appeared a rounding appeared. But actually the rounding doesn't exist, but it looks exist because it's go very fast and the dot go very fast until it come out the illusion. So meaning to say that whatever we understand, whatever we perceive, actually is illusion. But for us, that is so real. Get it or not? So that is the meaning for Abhidhamma to try to present for us. Class, remember, during you go to do the vipassana, after you get the jhana, since the jhana can make all the time and the space gone, so meaning to say that whatever appear in your mind's door, it will be stopped, it will be frozen. But when it's frozen, you can see many dots actually. Like just now, go for far, it will become a many dot. The dot will be all just frozen and let you see, analyze everything. What is the particle within all the dot? That is the meaning of the vipassana. Before you observe the anicca, dukkha, anatta. Why? Because this type of perception appear that will bring, no matter from eye, ear, all this is so real until we start to have attachment and the hatred. Like same, for example, okay, like Elena, you hate Sari very much because it costs you some money, you see. But if let's say, why? Because you take Sally is a real thing, you know. From Abhidhamma viewpoint, you see Sally as a real thing. But if let's say you go to the jhana and then you try to analyze Sally, actually Sally is come from many dot. And then the dot is keep on rise and fall. So it is so unreal. So Elena, once you finish your vipassana, you won't hate Sally anymore. But you also won't like Tim because she still has to pay you back the $500 fine. That's the meaning. Okay. Yeah, Mr. Leong, please. Any question?
Yes, Sifu, regarding this physical sense doors and the mind doors, is it related to this Paticca Samuppada, Father?
Paticca Samuppada, yes, of course. All is related. Paticca Samuppada, but Paticca Samuppada is more has more relationship with the time, because Paticca Samuppada relates past life, present life, and the future life. So a little bit different. Actually, we are still explain both by using all the 89 consciousness. But for the Paticca Samuppada, we have to involve past life, present life, and the future life. You want me to explain further for that? You want me?
No need. The thing is now that we are discussing now is actually the present process.
Just the present. Not yet involve the past life, not yet. Once we start to involve the past life and future life, Paticca Samuppada have to take into consideration. Okay. Yeah, okay. So Mr. Leong, if you really go to do the vipassana, this is something you have to experience for this. For this, we call it is the...
It involves also our sense doors and contact consciousness. Into the magno brain side process.
Yes. Okay, so class, I just simple go through because if you understand this, meaning to say all the point you got it already. So let's try to go back to find some terminology to explain. So a few things. Number one, here what we learn, we call it as the mixture. You see, our title is the limited jhana process. Why is the limited? Because it involves both the process. Let's see. Actually, it comes with two. It could be bare mind, but after the limited jhana process, meaning to say it's the mind door process. Mind door process got two types. Number one is before the mind door must be the consciousness involved. Remember, class, just the I door consciousness is not enough. Must be followed by the mind door. Then the perception, the process of perception can only be complete by both of them. Okay, remember, of course, what? After you see thing, after you hear thing, you have to go to the brain. If without going through the brain, the thing cannot complete. But just the mind door itself, very can happen. For example, daydreaming. You can daydreaming without going through the eye and the ear. Yes, right or not? So the daydreaming. Secondly, once you reach to the jhana, okay, of course, and experience the nibbana, you no need to go through all the eye and the ear. Immediately from the bearing, just using the mind itself, you can achieve that. So that's why we segregate. One is a limited jhana. Second is a bare mind. Just pure the mind itself can work already. Another one is the deva or the ghost send you the message. Also, it's the bare mind process. Okay. Anybody experienced that? Any ghost send you message before? Elena, 有冇啊? Then somebody got already.
Before I asked the God for 4 digit.
4 digit 啊 ，no 啦，4 digit 啊，慢慢等啊。嗰個啊，俾雷劈40擺啊，至中到4 digit 第一頭獎啊，冇你份嗰個。OK 好 ，Yes，anything，me？
Yeah, I got, but I didn't Namo观世音菩萨. Then the ghost turned into white light, then gone.
You just ignore it lah. Okay. Okay, the message come we call it as a bare mind door lah. So that is the meaning here. We discover this word bare mind door consciousness. See or not? Okay. Then here you see they say the limit. Why we call limit? Because it will involve the sense feel mind door process. Meaning to say that you have to go through the 5 door first. And then you have to go through again to the mind door. Okay, then to finish this, then we come to here. You see, it doesn't occur in the bare 5 door itself. The recognition have to go through the eye door first, then continue with the mind door. Okay, then you see the process. You see, once you see something, it comes as a whole first. Then you recognize the color. Then you recognize the entity. Then you can recognize the name. So that's why just now the process of learning is go round by round, then it come complete. But it comes so fast and soon, then you are not able to distinguish it. Like a flaming. In our ancient time of the movie, it formed from the flaming, right? One petak, but it goes very fast. So it makes you feel that the thing comes continuously. Like what happened in our brain is the same. But now, actually, I think that you can say that your brain must be something wrong if you see things with like one petak, must be something wrong already. Usually normal people don't see things in this way. But since this way we see the thing, then a lot of defilement appeared. So we have to use some skills to make sure that the truth behind actually is like that. Then there will be no more defilement over what we see and what we hear. Then this is all you will know already by using the previous example. Now we go to the independent mind process. Okay. Yes, Kok Hong, can you please read the passage?
An independent mind door process occurs when any of the 6 objects enter the range of connections entirely on its own, not as a consequence of an immediately preceding sense door process. The questions may be raised how an object can enter the range of the mind door independently of a proximate sensory impeachment. Lady Sayadaw cite various sources through what was directly perceived earlier or by inference from what was directly perceived, through what was learned by oral report or by inference from what was learned by oral report, on account of belief, opinion, reasoning, or reflective acceptance of a view, by the power of karma, psychic power, disturbance of the bodily humor, the influence of a deity, comprehensions, realizations, etc. He explained that if one has clearly experienced an object even once, at a later time, even after 100 years, or in a future life dependent on that object, a condition may be set for the vibrations of the bhavanga. The mind that has been nurtured on such an input of prior experiences is extremely susceptible to their influence. When it encounters any sense object, that object may trigger off in a single moment mental wave extending to many thousands of objects previously perceived. The mental continuum, constantly being excited by these causal influences, is always seeking an opportunity to emerge from the bhavanga and acquire a clear connections of an object. Therefore, the mental factor of attentions present in the bhavanga repeatedly causes the bhavanga to vibrate, and it directs consciousness again and again to adverse to object which have gained conditions to appear. Even though the bhavanga chitta has its own object, Lady Sayadaw explained it's occurred in the mode of inclining toward some other's object. As a result of this perpetual buzz of activity in the bhavanga, when an object acquires sufficient prominence through others' operative conditions, is draw the continuum of consciousness out of the bhavanga, and then that object come into the range of conditions at the mind door. The independent process is analyzed as sixfold: the process based on what was directly perceived, the process based on inference from what was directly perceived, the process based on oral report, the process based on inference from oral report, the process based on the connects, the process based on inference from the connects. The connects here include belief, opinion, comprehensions, and realizations. Inference from the cognites includes judgment arrived at by inductive and deductive reasoning.
Yes, you can stop here. Okay, class, I got the delivery come. I go to handle a little bit. Okay, well, I try to stop the recording in the first. I pause it. Kok Hong, I think these words we pronounce as nurture. Am I right? Elena? Nurture, right? Nurture.
What did I pronounce just now, Sifu?
I forget already, but it's something wrong. I
Oh, okay,
remember
okay.
it is wrong already, but I don't know how wrong is it.
Okay, thank you, Sifu.
Okay. Okay, finish. Okay, now we talk about the independent mind thought process, meaning to say that it happened just by the brain itself, without beginning from the impact from all the idol. So just now you highlight, you understand it can come from the knowledge, inference of knowledge, and all the knowledge you learned before. For example, class, have you ever heard about that? Like the drawing. Drawing, sculpture, music, usually the composer or the good drawer, usually they don't simply draw something. They must draw something in their mind first. Once something appeared, the masterpiece, the image of masterpiece appeared in their mind, so they try to recreate something exactly which is from their brain. Class, have you ever heard that before? For the best composer, best sculpture, they all do it this way. The thing must be done in the brain first. So if the thing's done from the brain, but this is the original creativity. So how does it come from? Oh, my color is changing again. Oh, okay. So meaning to say that it is. Oh, Mr. Leong, something wrong with you. Why are you so happy? Yeah. Okay.
A colorful Sifu.
Colorful man. Okay. Can you hear me properly? Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So meaning to say that this is what the meaning from here in the independent mind though, it can come from in this way class. So this is the meaning. See or not? Okay, let's see. Now here is the meaning. See or not? It could be something you perceived earlier, or inference which was you directly perceived. You learn by the oral report, then inference for the report. Inference meaning to say that you try to deduce something, you try to create something, like writing the thesis, or you try to have you try to deduce something. So meaning to say that it creates something, it never happened before, but in the brain it can happen by this way. So that is the meaning for that. But before, you can see that goes further some more. You see, it said that it could be power of the karma and the psychic power. So meaning to say that by the psychic power, you see, if I can read your mind, for example, go home, I can read your mind. So it doesn't go through eye, ear, the nose, not good. It doesn't go through on this door. From brain to brain, I can read your mind already. See or not? So that is recorded as an independent mind process. And also the communication from the Dewa, like class you see here, the Dewa. Especially you see the influence of the deity. 尤其係咪？你係嗰啲好陰嗰啲人，每逢7月係咪？你嗰啲祖先會俾你夢啊！佢講哎呀 ，Elena， 我食唔飽啊，冇衫着啊！快啲做超度俾我！You get this type of dream why a lot of people get this type of dream? Some is hallucination, but some is real one. Because if they haven't reincarnated they feel bad. So and you are very sensitive, so they pass you this message. So this we call it independence mind door process. Okay, so certain people they are very busy. 7月嗰陣 very busy. This part of the people, they will be very busy because they keep on get a message. So the best way is what? Please just ignore it. If it is not your relative, ignore it. Because if you just really do as what they're asking you, do the chanting, then they will call more come to you. They will all queue up. Elena, 幫我念地藏經咯。After chanting, next one come again. Elena, 幫我念楞嚴咒啦。And then the third one come again, never ending one. So the best way, just ignore it. If they come to your dream except he is your close relative. So this is how they come for you. Okay, next, they say, you see, according to here, you see, once you experience once the object, it can have an impact for 100 years or even though in the future. It's always in your heart. What's the good example? It can keep in your heart. Let me see first. Like what? There's one story regards the Sariputta. Sariputta many lives ago, he was a snake. Okay, and he was a snake. And as a snake, they have a habitual that once they eat something, they won't vomit it out. They won't vomit it out. Just like Sariputta for this life, whatever he come up from a mouth, he will never swallow it back. So this is the habit continuous from the past life story but they try to link it to the story because 100 years who can remember what happened. So we need to prove this. They have used the Jataka story in order to prove this. And next, let's take a look. Okay, then you see for this paragraph, it means what? It means class basically you see this is our mind thought process. Class, you see this is our mind thought process. Let me show you. Okay, I think you prefer this diagram more. Okay, this is the table. Okay. Chapter number 4. Yes. Okay, class, let's take a look. Okay, according to the Abhidhamma, what happened is in this way, you see. Basically, usually, you see, this is all is the consciousness. This is our bhavanga. Now, this is all the consciousness arises. Basically, once we are in the stream of bhavanga, bhavanga itself is having their own object. The objects relate to the past life. For example, we are all human. So one thing quite sure, in the past life, our object must be related for us to reincarnate, become a human. How do we know that? According to the Abhidhamma, he said that in order to be born as a human, you must follow the 5 precepts. Okay, 5 precepts. Or maybe we call them good deeds. For example, you do the dana, you're listening to the Dharma, a simple meditation, you do the service, you provide your service to the community, all this type of stuff. For example, if we all are learning the Dharma in the past life, so at the last moment of the dying, usually the object appeared. It could be a sutta, it could be a group of people learning the Dharma, it could be the teacher, something like that. So this image will appear, and next moment, immediately, you will reborn once the death consciousness appeared. So when you start to rebirth, the rebirth actually always with the subject, with the object of the previous life. So, and for the whole life, all the Bhavanga, they will be having the same object. For example, it will be a Dharma book, or it's a Dharma Sutta itself. But quite hard for us to recognize it. Even though no matter how hard you meditate, or you try to check a Bhavanga and want to check what is the object of the Bhavanga, very hard to find, usually. You couldn't find it. But according to Abhidhamma, he mentioned that even though our Bhavanga is already having its object, but he tried the inclination to look for other object. So that's why usually the attention will bring the Bhavanga out, and then you start to do what? You start have a wandering mind. So that is, you try to explain why we can't detect our Bhavanga. Usually our mind is always active. Even though you do nothing, you start have a wandering mind. You start have a daydreaming. This is the reason why. Okay, class, let's take a look. So that is the meaning for this diagram, you see, this paragraph, you see. So you see, no matter how the Bhavanga Chitta is an object, but have an inclination to some other object. So if you draw the continuum of consciousness out of the Bhavanga, then you start have a daydreaming already. Okay, so now we go to the what a clear object enters. Yes, Mei Yi, can you please read the passage? When a clear object enters.
When a clear object enters, there are two types of mind door process pertaining to the sense sphere, distinguished by the intensity of the object. In a process with a clear object, Vibhuta-lambana, when the object enters the avenue of the mind door, the Bhavanga vibrates and is arrested. Then a mind door averting consciousness turns to the object, followed by 7 moments of jhana and 2 of registration, after which the cognitive process subsides into the Bhavanga. This is in case of beings in the sense sphere plane, but for beings in the fine material and immaterial planes, moment of registration do not occur when the object is exceptionally clear. In the case of an obscure object, in the process of an obscure object, avibhutalambana, the 2 moments of registration do not occur under any conditions. Lady Sawada holds that the subsidence into Bhavanga at the end of jhana should be understood as the maximum type of process with an obscure object. However, he maintains that when the object is obscure, a cause ending with 2 or 3 occurrence of the mind door everything is also found, and a cause ending with the mere vibration of Bhavanga may also admitted. For in the case of bare mind door process on the countless occasion, an object enters the range of cognitive and causes the Bhavanga vibrate 2 or 3 times, after which the disturbance subsides with no occurrence of chitta belong to a cognitive process proper. Thus, according to Lady Sawada, in the mind door too there is a fourfold presentation of objects. The cause ending with registration can be called a very clear Ati-vibhuta presentation. The cause ending with jhanas, a clear Vibhuta presentation. The cause ending with mind or everything, an obscure Avibhuta presentation. And the cause ending with mere vibration of Bhagava, a very obscure Avibhuta presentation. The clarity of presentation depends on the prominence of the object on the strength of consciousness. For a prominent object can appear clearly when consciousness is weak. while a strong consciousness can clearly cognize even a subtle or abstruse object.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, let's see first. 3 mood. Okay, then start the absorption already. So class, do you remember just now once we talk about the 5 door, the object will be categorized as very great and the great. So these two will create the karma impact, and then the light, a slight, and the very slight. Okay, it's the same in the mind door. So basically in mind door, if it is clear, they will create the karma. If it is not clear, the object in the brain, it won't create any karma. So let's take a look. So this is the meaning here. Okay, let's see. You say it could be obscure object and it could be the clear object. If let's say it's a clear object, the diagram is like this, you see. If it's a clear object, so this is the bhavanga, okay, and then the M is the mind door everything. It's the mind door everything. Then it start to J, they start to create the karma already. So I think that is the meaning why if let's say you see something very okay, in order to attach something, you must see something in a clear way, then interpret the way you like it. For example, you go to shopping, you see a bag, wow, looks so high end, and you like it a lot, you see a lot. So meaning to say, in order you attach to it, have a bhavana, meaning to say that in order to have a great impact for the idol, then of course you have to see in the clear way, and then it must be reflect in the brain also in the clear way as a clear object. Then you start the attachment. So you see, once there's a clear object, it will go to the 5 jhana, 5 jhana. Then we go to the registration, then go back to the bhavanga again. Okay, so this is for the clear object. Okay, and then if this is an obscure object, it is not that very clear. We still go through all the jhana, and then it will go to the bhavanga, without registration. Then it goes already. So that is the meaning for here. So this one, you don't need the explanation. You just see the diagram. It's good enough for you to understand already. Okay. Yes, Mr. Leong, any question? Yes.
Yes, Sifu, regarding the mind door averting, last time previously you were saying that this one is related to the background crew. Can you please explain again?
Background?
Crew, C-R-E-W.
C-R-E-W. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. No, the reason is, okay, you mean the 5-dot everything, right? Okay, usually, okay, for all the cognitive process, okay, basically, let me show you the diagram. Okay, for example, for this, okay, let me show you. Now you see, for example, this is a mind-door cognitive processor. Okay, so for this, basically, if let's say this is a movie, okay, Jawana, they are the main character, the main actor or actor's character, the Jawana. Then the rest of this they are all we call it as a background crew. This is, I think, something like a supporting character. They are supporting character. So this is the main character. This is the supporting character. And you go to the end, all this like a caliphate only. So the 5-door everything is this. So I could example, all this 5-door eye consciousness is considered supporting character or the background crew. So the main actor is the Jawana. So that is the meaning. Why? Because all of them, they don't create any karma, but they have to exist in order to prepare the Jawana to appear. 5-dot everything, eye consciousness, all this, the reason why they exist is to prepare the Jawana to exist, so that Jawana can create the karma, either good or bad. Okay, Mr. Leong? Enough?
Yeah, understand.
Okay, so understand, okay, yes, yeah, maybe yes, okay.
If we interpret in our own way, then it creates good karma or bad karma.
What again?
If we interpret in our own way that we like, then it creates good karma or bad karma.
It depends on the intention too. Have to see the intention first. Okay, intention, then we can know it's either is good or bad. It depends on the intention also. Okay, and then I think we stop the class here. Maybe I just recover from my influenza. Then just after Chinese class 到呢個 class 我覺得好似有多少唔夠氣開不過咳已經冇開啦，啱啱好返但係覺得多少唔夠氣開So I stop here I don't go until 4 p.m. But before I stop the class I want to ask you we still got a few seats for this 29 to 31st March. We call it as a charging battery station. It's a 3-day retreat. Elena, Sally, my joy. You know the activity?
I am not in town.
You what?
I'm going overseas during that time.
Okay, overseas. So enjoy. Sally, I think your nephew go to BC 啱冇先？OK 啦，唔得啦咁樣樣國空正話住 join 過開嘛OK 得啦咁樣樣So coming for every 2 months at least we got 1 day of the charging battery So just take opportunity come and sleep here at least and then I mean the method is very good you can empty your mind and then very fast very soon you can get the effect then you can go further once you finish this method you can further another method one thing I can notice that we got some student affected the meditation sickness meditation sickness meaning to say that they are okay without meditation but when they start meditate they start have a headache cramp the whole body, all this type of stuff, because they over ambitions for the meditation and pay too hard attention to the breath until whole body become hard already. So this one, I think for this way, in order to cure, they have to stop, pay attention in particular object. They must try to convert to our free mind first, object first, then in order to heal the meditation sickness first. So I think this is one thing for this and then secondly for the youngster we try to develop a meditation sleeping meditation by emptying the mind to replenish their sleeping as usually they don't have enough sleep for a youngster So we start to try to launch this type of the product so that can help more people in the modern society. Okay, so this is a few things we can try. We try to do So please try to get more people if you know somebody. But they have to finish the meditation in beginners before to join the qigong. This type of stuff. Okay, we transfer the merit. Please palms together on the mic. I wish to inculcate
I wish
I
to
wish to
inculcate
inculcate
more favorable consciousness
more favorable
more favorable consciousness
through transferring merit
to
through transferring
merit
merits
to my past life enemy and relative.
to my
to my
past
past
life
life
enemy and relative.
May they be liberated
May they be
liberated
liberated
and free from suffering,
and
and
free
free
from
from
suffering,
suffering,
attain nibbana,
attain nirvana,
and helping others to do the same.
and helping others to do the
others
same.
The same.
same.
Yes, Mr. Leong.
Thank you, Sifu, for today's lessons. Let's pay 3 respect to Sifu. Sadhu, sadhu,
sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, bye-bye, everybody.